Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're well. It's been a while since I've been out here live streaming. It's been a difficult time because there's so much going on in the world. At times, you just need time to just shut down and just reflect on what's happening and think about the future as to how you're going to move forward and stuff like that. So I stopped doing my live streams because I just needed the time out just to reflect and make sense of this new normal that we have now. A lot has been going on, and we are all coping differently with the situation. I mean, we're in different countries. Some countries have had these hard lockdowns with the restrictions and prohibitions. Some have not had as crazy lockdowns as others. But still, the anxiety around the fact that you can't move freely, uh, you can't experience each other the way that we've always experienced each other, where we shake hands when greeting or hugs. We can't congregate for our favorite sports, for our usual church gatherings and stuff like that. So it's a trying time. It's a difficult time, and anyone who says that it's a walk in the park, it's easy, then God bless them. I mean, they're the few lucky ones. Otherwise, all of us are struggling one way or the other. The anxiety that will I have a job after this? Considering that a lot of industries have been affected, there are so many retrenchments going on. There are so many jobs that have been automated because as a result of COVID, you find that the digital transformation has been accelerated more than ever. So you find there's a lot to talk about, there's a lot to think about, but it's always important that we remember that we're not the only ones that are suffering at this time. We're not the only ones that feel like our world is caving in, that we're caged, and we don't have all the liberties that we're supposed to have. So my question to you is, how are you coping with these COVID-induced changes in the way we live, in terms of how we line up even at the shops, how we experience each other just through the eyes nowadays. You don't even see the full face. uh has that changed the non-verbal communication? I mean, there's a lot going on, so it'll be interesting if I could get comments, just to say how are you feeling, and if you want to join this broadcast, you can just comment and I'll add you on. I'm actually just going to add the link for this broadcast. I'm going to add it in a comment here. I think on Facebook and stuff like that, you'll be able to see it. And if you want to join in, then join in. Let's talk. Okay, let me just show you the link here. Okay. So if you want to join in, join in. Let's talk about this. If not, it's okay. But it's food for thought for all of us to say, how can we emerge out of this situation better? The new normal that they're talking about. How can we be ready for it? I mean, I've tried getting new skills. I went and I said, okay, you know what? They are saying Huawei is leading in 5G. I did the 5G course. I went and I said, oh, but everything is being automated. Okay, no, I've done data science, I've done stats, maths. So let me do a bit more of machine learning. Let me do, but you find that at the end of the day, because of anxiety as well, those courses that I'm doing to try and cover the gap, the anxiety, the uncertainty, they don't do that. You're just fulfilling one aspect of it, because now as we our relations have been messed up by COVID. So what is it that you're doing to try and cope? How are you? Um, how are you coping? And if you could share your methods, that would be great, because um, someone somewhere out there needs your help, you know. You'll be shocked that that little thing that you are doing, it might seem insignificant, but maybe it's what someone wanted to hear, you know what I mean. You know, there are times that you go out and you speak and you think you're just saying things that are ordinary, like you're saying, oh yeah, the sky is blue, the grass is green, but someone will come to you afterwards and say, you know what, that thing that you spoke about changed my life, you know. So maybe you are the one who can change someone else's life, just by sharing how you're coping in these troubling times, in these difficult times. So if you want to join in the conversation, like I said, I know it's a random conversation that I just started. It's not like I prepared for it. It's not like I invited people. No, I just said, you know what? Let me just get this off my chest. Let me just talk about it, because maybe someone somewhere right now just needs to hear this word. Maybe someone has lost a loved one, or someone has a loved one that's afflicted right now with COVID or anything else. Yeah, so we are all affected or infected by COVID in some way or the other. We know someone somewhere who has either died or who has gone through the pains of COVID and has recovered. So it's good to get some lessons out of that and say, how can we use those lessons, those experiences to become stronger, you know, to make sure that we are at our best even during this crisis, because it's quite a hectic time, but uh, it's not an excuse for us not to be at our best. So if you have anything to say, that'll be great. Or if you don't want to be on video, you can you can just comment. You know, you can just write in the comments to say, how are you coping? What are the greatest challenges? Is it the kids going to school? Or is it that you're doing online learning? So now you've become a teacher and you're supposed to be doing your work. It's the anxiety of being enclosed in the same space. Um, because when you're in the same space with even your family members or whoever you have in your space, you get to annoy each other. You get to, you know, so all those things. Now we have to find spaces to talk about these things, and yeah, so I'm inviting you, um, wherever you are right now, to say, just to share your experiences. Just tell us how you are doing it. I've put in the link in the comments, so you can just join that link, and I'll add you onto the screen, onto the broadcast, and you can share. Otherwise, yeah, just comment, and we'll take it from there, because this is a tough time. I mean, no one has all the answers to the stuff that we're going through. These are unprecedented times, and as you can see, even some of the symptoms of uh oh yes, Lennon, how are you doing? Yeah, yes, good to hear from you. So Lennon is like, extroverts like me are suffering, bruh. It's really depressing. Yes, I know you're an outgoing guy, and I mean, with your work, you're all over the continent, left, right, and center, helping governments with the governance and all that in policy. I think it. Yeah, you must be having problems. I can imagine. Yeah, but how are you coping though, Lennon? It'll be nice to hear from you how you, as an extrovert who is not um, having the space to meet lots of people, or in the normal way, and also not being restricted in terms of movement. How are you coping? That'll be interesting to find out. Yeah, no, it's because it's crazy. It's a crazy thing. Yeah. So Lennon, our brother from the African Union, thank you very much for your support and your comment. Um, and yeah, there are many like you who are extroverts, who feed on other people's presence, and gain a lot of power and energy from human interaction. But now that it's virtual now, does it mean that this is less interaction, or do we have to customize ourselves as human beings, reconfigure ourselves such that this virtual meeting makes sense for us and has the same gains as if we're together in person? So yeah, so I want to hear more insights. I mean, like I said, this is just a random broadcast that I just thought. Uh, let me talk about this, because there are too many things out there that are draining. Too many negative news. I mean, if you go on Twitter, if you go on and check out the newspapers, you'll see that there are stories about how the economy has been battered, how the tourism industry is dead, how people are being retrenched, how social and economic difficulties are leading to uprisings across the world. Um, you hear of heavy-handed police and soldiers across different countries, whether it's Black Lives Matter or in Zim or every like all over. So there are too many ills, and I'm saying, you know what, yes, they're ills, but how can we help each other to move forward? So yeah, if you have a comment, I would really appreciate it. If you could just share how you are managing it, because someone somewhere that needs that message. I'm no prophet. I can't prophesy. I can't heal anyone. All I can do is maybe just give this space, this platform that I'm using right now, and say, just share your comments. If you don't want to come out on video, I can just post your message here, so that someone watching will be able to also see that they are not alone in this fight. Um, and that will give them more encouragement, right? So how are you coping with COVID? From a business, are you an entrepreneur? And maybe your business was going out into the markets and actually selling physical goods. You were not transacting on the e-commerce sites. What is your challenge? What is the challenge that you have? Because you never know. Uh, life is amazing. You might actually say your problem here, and you'll be shocked that maybe your solution is actually here. Someone watching right now, because I can see, thank you to those of you who are watching right now. I can see there are quite a number of you watching. Maybe someone watching right now has the solution to your answer that you have at this particular juncture. So by you sharing, you are actually saying, guys, this is my problem, and who knows, maybe it's your day. Maybe the Lord has made uh, has sent me to create this platform so that you could meet your solution, right? Not saying I'm a pastor now, or I'm a prophet. I don't do miracles. Yeah, no, I don't have miracle money or any of those interesting things that people do, right? So yeah, and I mean, we are all vulnerable because we don't know what the future holds. I mean, this is an unprecedented situation where literally the whole world has pressed the pause button, and what do we do with ourselves? What does that mean for our future? What does that mean for our livelihoods beyond the crisis? Yeah. So I'm going to be doing these live broadcasts on a daily basis from now, and I'll have speakers, people that I'll invite, who will be able to share their experiences. So we'll look at different aspects of wellness, of education and stuff, different topics, just to keep each other motivated, to keep each other on a positive note, and to help each other and hopefully connect each other with solutions to the problems that we have. Because if we don't help each other solve the problems that we have, then why do we know each other? Why are we even connected on these social networks? Because you find the idea of the social network, what Mark Zuckerberg and them managed to achieve, is that they managed to connect us. We're already connected, but the connection was not efficient. So what social media achieved was to reduce the nodes needed to connect with someone, because you find maybe they used to call them 6 degrees of separation, where back in the days you needed to know about at least 5 people, right, to get to someone in the world. Generally that was an estimation, but because of social media now, we are so interconnected, and you can connect directly with people such that you are one person away from anyone. In fact, with social media now, you can just look for that person and connect directly, so I can connect to Obama directly and send him a message on his Twitter, right? Otherwise, back in the days, I would have to find a friend of a friend of a friend who would connect me and stuff like that. But now, how are we using these networks now to add value to each other? What value are you getting from your network? The people that you're connected to on these networks, whether it's Twitter, LinkedIn, or Facebook, what what value are you getting? What value are you giving? So it's important that we use these platforms to edify ourselves and help each other in our pursuit for of happiness, because we are all on a journey, of self discovery, on a journey of uh, self to self aggrandize in a way, right? And also to serve those around us. So we have to combine our forces, because I have some attributes that you don't have. You have some attributes that I don't have. And if we combine our forces, yeah, it reminds me of the cartoon that I used to watch when I was young. It was called Captain Planet, right? And it would say it was like the elements, right? The elements, earth, wind, fire, and all that, and water. So they'll say, by your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. So Captain Planet was like an aggregation of the different elements, and he would be able to save the planet because he was an amalgamation of individual efforts. So imagine your effort, my effort, and the effort of all those in your circle of influence, your network. You'll be able to achieve anything. So let us use our networks to further that which we believe in, and let us not let fear and other uh, blockages, other stuff, that other hurdles that stop us from being the best we can be, because this is a new normal. I mean, we've never been through such a cycle like this. The people of 1918, yes, they went through the other hectic pandemic, but that was a long time ago, and we have no recollection of that. Some of us were not even there, our parents were not even born at the time. So this is a new normal. This is a new reality, and we have to reconfigure ourselves. We have to reset and actually unlearn a lot of things that we have tended to think that they are the default things. So we'll be having these talks, these chats, or here on Facebook. So like right now, we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, uh, and Periscope. Periscope is Twitter. So yeah, let's get in touch and let's do our thing. Thank you very much for all of you who are watching. I really appreciate you taking time to just hear me out. I mean, I didn't plan to do this, but I thought let us just have a conversation. It's just unfortunate that no one came up and actually said, let's talk on video, but it's okay. We'll have invited guests every day. So we'll start at 8 p.m. on a daily basis. And just talk about pertinent issues. And you can also suggest what topics we can talk about, so that we all benefit from this platform. So thank you a lot and have a great night. Thank you very much. Right.